Okay, so for Dragonborne, imagine like a dude who's kind of like who looks similar to that guy from The Witcher, and I think it'd be really interesting if his whole premise is that he's like a swordsman with fire powers, but he can turn into a fire dragon. I think it would be really cool. So imagine like in the Celestials video game. So like I said, similar to Marvel Rivals, he's like a playable character. I feel like he would be a team wipe potential character in the sense that if he goes into dragon mode, he would be able to kill or do damage to many enemies at the same time. So basically like team wiping. And so the way this would work is, so his design, he basically kind of looks similar to that guy from The Witcher with his white hair and like his almost like demonic looking eyes. But then he has like a big, like probably like a brown trench coat with like symbols in like gold etched on it or something, and he would have like this really long, like sharp, like fin pointed sword, and he would kind of fight in the style of like how I don't know the English word actually, but like fencing. Yeah, I think it's called fencing, right? So he would kind of like try to dismantle your sword, and he wouldn't really like slice as much like this. He would more like sort of poke at you, and he would be like very teasy with it. And I feel like he would like breathe as a human. He would breathe fire onto his sword, and he would kind of do the same with like team wiping in the sense that he would jab at you. And he would probably like annoy you, dismantle you or something, and he would probably do like lingering fire damage. I feel like that would be his focus as like a human character, and if more people got nearby, the fire would spread over multiple people, and then maybe I don't know what the activating circumstance would be, but maybe like if you've done enough damage and you've like raged up enough, you could turn into a dragon. And so the way this would work is he would basically how do you say this? He would jump in the air, and then he would sort of like hide his trench coat, and maybe his like trench coat would get bigger and start swirling around, and then out of it would appear this huge dragon, and maybe the coat would like go back to small again or something, and it would like become like a little holster thing on his back or something, like a little decoration maybe. And I feel like as the dragon, you would probably do some cool attacks like pounding your skull into the ground or something. Maybe you could. That would actually be a fun one. If you're like flying, you could have like sharp, bony points at the end of your wings, and then you could basically just cut through people as you're flying like near to the ground. So like team wiping potential. Breathing fire is a pretty obvious one, so you'd probably be able to set a huge area on fire at the same time. So like multiple people. What else could you do? Probably headbutt, all kinds of stuff. Oh, and maybe a fun one would be if you could take like a few teammates on your back, and they would be able to attack while they're riding your back. And then probably like the more damage you do, the longer you can stay a dragon or something. I always like those kinds of ideas, whereas like the better you play, the more you get to stay strong and have your like power ups, because that's like a very rewarding mechanical design. I've noticed that a lot in other video games like Dead by Daylight, when you've got like a killer who gets stronger the better you play as him. Those are always the most fun ones because they feel really rewarding for the good plays you do or whatever. And I'm thinking for a backstory, I don't really have one because again, these are just more like unimportant side characters that are just meant for playable characters in the video game. But it's kind of always like with those characters, it's a bit self-explanatory in the sense that he's probably just like born with his powers or something, and he becomes like an adventurer and then joins the hero force or something. Um, yeah, I don't really think I can say anything else about this character. Maybe if you have some ideas, leave a suggestion in the comments. And I might have to switch up my upload schedule a bit to Wednesdays in a few weeks because I'm going to work. But I'm still going to be uploading, so that's not a problem. Okay, see you next one. Bye!